Welcome back to English Grammar Part 22. Here in this we are going to climb fifth step of English Grammar. We are going to learn in this video clipping about pronoun. Okay, let us know meaning of it as well as why it is used and types of it. Okay, so let us begin. Before I begin the class, I would like to say that whatever I write on the board, you will have to read that one and make note whatever important you feel, right? So let us go for it now. Let us know the meaning first. What is pronoun? What does this pronoun mean? Let us see. The word, I just told you to read, okay? The word which is used in place of noun is called as pronoun. Okay, I hope you are also reading, right? So the word which is used in place of noun is called as pronoun, or the word which is used to replace noun is called as pronoun. Now meaning we came to know. What is the actually pronoun? The noun word which is used to replace the noun or in place of noun, that is called as pronoun. Let us know why it is used. What is the necessity of using pronouns? Can we write noun continuously in the sentence? Let us check with example. Why it is used? See now, we just go on reading. Just to understand what is the necessity of using pronoun. Okay, so Spurti and Advita are best friends. Spurti and Advita go to music class daily. Spurti and Advita study daily. Spurti and Advita read regularly. So you can just see the repetition of noun in the sentence, right? So instead of repeating this noun again and again, what we can just do is, what is the option for us? Yes, right, we can use pronoun in place of the noun, right? So why we are using pronoun? Pronoun is used to avoid the repetition of noun in the sentence. Okay, pronoun is used to avoid the repetition of noun in the sentence. Now I'll just make some sort of changes and then you tell me. In place of this Spurti and Advita, I am going to use noun here, pronoun here. Okay, sorry. They. Here also I am replacing it with they. Here also I am replacing noun with pronoun. Okay. Now just see. Spurti and Advita are best friends. They go to music class daily. They study daily. They read regularly. Right? So, using this single pronoun made our sentence easy to read, easy to understand, avoiding repetition of the noun also. So, why pronoun is used? Hope the concept is clear. Now, let us move on to the next part, that is types of pronoun. So we'll focus today about the first type of pronoun here, that is personal pronoun. So as the name itself is indicating what we are talking about, okay. So we are just now concentrating on the first type of pronoun, that is personal pronoun. So personal, okay, just if I divided this word, right, you can just see it is somewhat talking about the person. It is referring to person, okay. To complete one communication, what is required here? You just tell me first. Yes, right. The person who is speaking, the person who is listening, and the person about whom we are talking, right? So, three things are very important to complete communication. First person, second person, and the third person or thing. First person, the one who is speaking. Second person, the one who is listening. And the third person or thing about what we are talking, right? Now, let us see. Completely it focus on that only. In this personal pronoun also, there are three types. What are those? Let me tell you now. That is subject pronoun, object pronoun, and possessive pronoun. Okay. So let us focus on these two first. Afterwards, we'll go to this possessive pronoun. Let us focus on first one, subject pronoun first. Subject pronoun. Afterwards, we'll discuss about object pronoun. Before going to this, as I said, what is required to complete the communication? First person, second person, and third person, right? Okay. Now here only I can just give example. I am speaking over here, right? So I am considered as first person. You are listening now, so you are second person here. We are talking about the thing that is pronoun, so that is third thing. So what is required to complete communication? First person, second person, and the third person, right? So let us have a look over now. This first person, singular as well as plural. Second person, singular as well as plural. Third person, singular as well as plural. Let us check out. So you got the clearance of this now, first person, second person, and third person. So I, first person, you, second person. If we are talking about the person, anything, that is third person. So next to that, we need to know what is subject pronoun, what is object pronoun. Okay, what is subject pronoun in the sentence now? Yes, subject pronoun is the person or a thing which is working. Okay, the one who is working, the one who is acting, the one who is doing the action, that is called as subject pronoun. Okay, now for example, I am reading. Okay, so here this is subject pronoun. Who is doing work here? I am reading. So this is considered as subject pronoun. Okay, then what is object pronoun? Object pronoun is the person or which on which or upon which acted or action is taken place or work is done or receiving the action, receiving the work. Okay, so acted upon we can call. Object is the on which the action is taken place or the one who is receiving that action which is done by the subject. I hope it's clear, right? So subject pronoun is the person who is acting. Object pronoun, the person who is receiving. Okay, in between that action is there, no? That is work, right? Let us see now about the subject as well as object. Person, I. First person, I. So object pronoun later we will see. So here first singular, plural, we. Okay, I, you, both together if we just consider, then we. Next, second person. Let me talk about the second person, that is you in singular. When we just consider plural, you never changes, same it remains. You only. Either it may be one person or more than one person, you remain same in singular as well as plural. Let us know now about the third person. Okay, in third person singular, he, if the person is male, she, if the person is female, it. It can be used for the infants, means babies whose gender is not known, or else the things also. Then if we consider plural, the word is they. Okay, the word is they. So I, when first person singular, we plural, you second person singular, same remains a plural, he, she, it singular, third person plural, third person they. Now these all are used when they are in subject pronoun. Okay, now let us just talk about the object pronoun when the work is acted upon. Okay, so I becomes me, we become us, you become same, it remains same, no change at all. Here also it remains the same, no change at all when it will be written in the object pronoun. He becomes him, she changes to her, it changes to it only, it remains same, it never change. They changes to them. So you remember this chart over subject pronoun, object pronoun. I just changes to me when it is written in a object. We, us, you remains the same whether it is in singular or plural. But he changes to him, she changes to her, it remains same, and they changes to them. Let me just give one example. I brought this marker for me. I am talking about myself, right? So I brought this marker for me. I is a subject pronoun, me object pronoun, means the work is done for the person, means myself, right? So we brought this marker for us. You brought this marker for you. You brought this marker for you. He brought this marker for him. She brought this marker for her. We cannot say she brought this marker for she. No, never, right? So it has to be changed. She brought this marker to her, for her. It is brought by it, or we can just if the person is brought, it is brought by him. Fine. It never changes. If it is used in subject or else object, it remains the same only. They brought this marker for them. So this is how it works. I hope the concept of subject pronoun and object pronoun is clear with you now. In the next clipping, we are going to learn more about possessive pronoun. Okay.